most comprehensive plumbing operation in the area.
If we say we're going to do something, we need to back it up and do it. Otherwise, our reputation is nothing.
One call, total solution, carefree for the customer. That's the best way.
There's a lot of noise about the best place to buy a vehicle. At Kendall, we do things a little different. Shopping for a pre-owned vehicle at Kendall is a straightforward, transparent process. Every qualified pre-owned vehicle at Kendall has been fully inspected and is covered with the Kendall Auto Protection Plan, included at no extra cost. No noise, just peace of mind. Kendall, let's start something great.
The Subaru A Lot to Love event is on now at Kendall's Subaru of Marysville. Start your next adventure in a new all-wheel drive 2024 Subaru Outback Touring XT. Save $3,226 off MSRP and get 2.9% APR for 72 months. A new 2025 Subaru Forester is only $31,332. Plus get available 4.9% APR. Stop by the all-new location of Kendall's Subaru of Marysville on Smoky Point Boulevard. Kendall, let's start something great.
Ready for your morning fuel up? Kickstart your day with Kachava. It's a morning power boost in a glass, energizing your body with 25 grams of plant-based muscle-building protein. Start every day strong. Get started at Kachava.com.
I found out that my husband had been cheating on me, and my whole world turned upside down.
I stressed over any and everything, constantly waiting for the next shoe to drop.
I was attracted to a psychic advisor to get clarity.
I was like, there's no way that's real. But the things that were coming up felt so accurate.
I really need that unbiased, non-judgmental advice. If there's some part of your life that is not quite fitting in, you maybe want to try something that you haven't tried before.
Now you can leave home and leave the tanks behind with Inogen, the portable oxygen concentrator that moves with you.
This little box changed my life. I can now do all those things that I want to do. You just press the button here, and there's my oxygen.
Inogen portable oxygen systems are small and light and deliver up to 12 hours of medical-grade oxygen on a single charge.
Now that I've got my Inogen, I've got my freedom back. I'm back to living again.
Call us right now. Try an Inogen system for 30 days, risk-free.
For your $99 sewer scope today.
Okay, if you're a kid in school or you ask your kids, starting school in July doesn't sound too great, right? But this is an idea that's starting to catch some traction. In Richmond, Virginia, the school district tested the idea after COVID caused a shortened school year, and a lot of students fell way behind. The idea was such a success, 90% of parents in that district voted to start school early again.
When you're in elementary school, you pretty much love going to school. You love to see your teachers, and certainly for families, the idea of a month where your kids are going to get extra learning, less childcare concerns, it's a huge, huge benefit.
Well, the idea is especially catching on in areas with higher poverty rates. Parents in those school districts are able to save money on food and childcare costs, too.
And as students are making their way back to school, a new COVID-19 vaccine is hitting the shelves. Dr. Seth Cohen, an infection prevention specialist at UW-Medicine, says right now we are seeing very high levels of COVID locally, some of the highest positive test rates since 2021. The shot is suitable for anyone over 6 months.
At least 23,000 Washingtonians are set to lose their health care access at 30 clinics coming up this fall. Optum Care Washington absorbed the Everett Clinic and the Polyclinic in Seattle. They're dropping primary and specialty care for patients with specific Medicaid plans. Optum also stopped accepting new patients with Medicaid or United Healthcare Community plans and will cut the United Healthcare Community plan altogether coming up on November the 1st.
The number of so-called 401k millionaires rose to a new record high in the second quarter. Fidelity Investments analyzed new data, which showed 500,000 Fidelity 401k accounts had balances of $1 million or more at the end of June, and that's up 2.5% from the previous quarter. But while we're seeing more millionaires, most accounts are falling short of what experts recommend. The average count is saving at a rate of 14.2% rather than the recommended 15%.
What we encourage people to do is at least save to the amount to where you're taking full advantage of what your employer is offering in terms of a 401k match.
The average 401k balance among Gen Xers, the oldest of whom will reach retirement in the next decade, was just $182,100.
Okay, great food, great rides, and 20 days of entertainment. The Washington State Fair is finally here. Coming up, what you can expect from this year's fair and this week's Around the Sound.
Oh, but first, scoring goals and setting some, too. Up next, the way the Sounders organization is helping children take care of.
The Subaru A Lot to Love event is on now at Kendall Subaru of Marysville. Start your next adventure in a new all-wheel drive 2024 Subaru Outback Touring XT. Save $3,226 off MSRP and get 2.9% APR for 72 months. A new 2025 Subaru Forester is only $31,332. Plus, get available 4.9% APR. Stop by the all-new location of Kendall Subaru of Marysville on Smoky Point Boulevard. Kendall, let's start something great.
Elevate your workspace with the Lightning Desk Mat, a multifunctional tool to enhance your computing experience. Surrounded by LED ambient lighting, including a wireless charging station with a silky smooth surface that's waterproof, functional, and elegant. The Lightning Mat is the ultimate desktop accessory. Scan the code to light up your workspace today with the Lightning Mat. Available now.
We all love recipes with garlic, but trying to use an awkward garlic press makes a smelly mess. Introducing the Great Garlic, your ultimate kitchen companion for effortlessly crushing garlic to perfection. Just place a peeled clove of garlic under the grate, rock it back and forth, and say goodbye to tedious chopping and messy mincing. The Great Garlic ensures consistent results every time. Scan the code on your screen to order your Great Garlic today. This is a limited time offer, so scan now and find out for yourself just how great the Great Garlic is.
Scan the code on your screen now for this exclusive offer from HydroSpark Pro. Discover the new trend that's bubbling up as the future of hydration innovation. Get hydrogen-infused water now with the HydroSpark Pro. Fill it up, push the button, and in just 3 minutes, H2OMG, you've got hydrogen-infused water. And for a limited time, the HydroSpark Pro is just $69.99. Scan the code on your screen and get your HydroSpark Pro today.
Introducing the Flash Force Tactical Flashlight. Its powerful telescopic zoom gives you a super bright light exactly where you need it and is visible at a distance of over 2,000 meters. With 7 useful modes, it's ready to light up any dark situation. Plus, a rechargeable battery and rugged IPX4 waterproof design make it perfect for outdoor adventures like fishing, camping, and more. Scan the code on your screen now or visit flashforce.store to claim your discount. Hurry, this is a limited time offer. Get your Flash Force Tactical Flashlight today.
As a certified mechanic, I know that when your manufacturer's warranty ends, expensive repairs are likely to begin. That's why I recommend you get a plan from Ox Car Care. When your car breaks down, they'll pay for the repair, not you.
When your vehicle needs repair, take it to your mechanic and Ox will pay them directly.
Ox paid for my $7,200 engine repair.
Call A+ rated Ox Car Care now for a free quote and see how low your monthly payments can be.
Cleaning is a stressful chore. You can scrub by hand all day. There has to be a better way. Now there is.
Auburn, your home for Machingo.
Your Seattle Sounders are in the thick of the MLS season right now, and this year the team is celebrating 15 years in the league. Do you believe it's been that long? But 50 years of actual existence as a team since the team's original founding in 1974. It's clear the club is part of the community, but this summer the team also helped give back by holding special clinics for kids.
Yeah, KIRO 7's Ranji Sinha says the clinics addressed physical and mental health in today's Healthier Together.
Come together with our common goal to help our kids be healthier, both in body and in mind.
Summer scenes like this are starting to fade from memory a bit, outside in the sun playing soccer, tackling tasks along with slide tackles, setting goals and scoring them too. The Build Your Shield clinic from this summer helped kids learn to take care of their own wellness, a lesson that will serve them on and off the pitch, especially as they head into a new school year.
Team sports are really important for kids of all ages, and today we have a special part of our curriculum just on teamwork. So building that group of people around you that's on your team.
3, ready!
In soccer, you rely on teammates. As children take on mental health challenges, this clinic gave them a base of support. It asked kids to name who's on their team.
My dad. My dad, awesome.
Who are their go-tos for support? Who teams up to care for them?
It really shows them that they are cared for and that they do have people in times of trouble that they can lean on.
In partnership with Regions Blue Shield, the Sounders are now part of a multi-year partnership to improve the health of young people in some underserved communities and increase access to health and wellness. Along with the Rave Foundation, which works to build fields for free play across Washington, the goal of these clinics is to empower kids to take charge and focus on their own health. The first clinic happened in May, and up to 100 young people took part.
And it's not just about you, and so you come to a team setting and you have to make it about the team.
The clinics also help kids identify and express their feelings. Communication is a key on the soccer field and a key part of these clinics.
Kids these days are suffering from a lot of things, and we never know what a kid comes to a clinic with or to school with. And so if we can be a small part of helping them release those feelings and just feel a little joy for the day, that's great.
Go!
The clinics may have run their course as the summer winds down, but they will most likely be back next year. The hope is that they can expand to include more children and do more work on helping them learn about themselves.
Soccer is the hook to help kids learn and to ignite being able and being willing to care for their own physical and mental health.
Rainier!
For Healthier Together in Renton, I'm Ranji Sinha, KIRO 7 News.
Look at those smiles. Now you can watch all of our past segments on KIRO7.com/healthiertogether.
So we're shifting gears to something really serious here. 2 deaths from West Nile virus have now been reported in Wisconsin and another in Illinois. That brings a total to 18 deaths across the country so far this year. Despite a recent uptick, last year saw higher numbers. There were 182 deaths from the virus in 2023. Most West Nile cases are mild, often showing as a flu-like symptom and a rash. Right now, there is no vaccine for West Nile virus.
Endometriosis is a painful condition that affects about 1 in every 10 women. Now, experts say it can take years to get diagnosed because so little is known about the condition. But now experts are working on a non-invasive way to confirm the illness. Right now, the only way to confirm it is to have laparoscopic surgery. Now, this new method looks to remove not just the physical, but also the mental toll of surgery.
There are tissues that reflect the lining of the uterus, which we have found to be different in patients who are unaffected with endometriosis versus patients with endometriosis. And we can collect menstrual blood samples from patients who are symptomatic and look for those differences.
Researchers hope the study will also lead to the development of new treatment for endometriosis.
We are learning more details today about the Boar's Head facility that several recalled deli meats came from. This comes after the meat was linked to a listeria outbreak. The source of that outbreak? Deli meat from this Boar's Head plant in Jarrett, Virginia. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says at least 57 people have been hospitalized in 18 states because of infection. 9 are confirmed dead. The Department of Agriculture reports 69 non-compliances at that meat facility within the last year, where inspectors say they found mold, they found insects, both dead and alive, as well as puddles of blood on the floor.
They've been around the clock working, I guess, trying to fix it up and settle the problem, but it shouldn't have been a problem to begin with.
It shouldn't have. Make sure to check the meat in your fridge. If you find these potentially infected products, make sure you get them returned to your place of purchase or throw them away.
Yeah, well, gamers all around Seattle area are celebrating 12 years of PAX West. The gaming convention kicked off today at the Seattle Convention Center. And the 4-day event will bring thousands of people in for 4 days of live gaming, competitions, and photo ops. PAX West is running from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day. The fun wraps up on Monday.
Okay, kicking off our weather in a minute with a live look at, there's Friday Harbor. where it's Friday every single day. Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Let's start this weekend already, Morgan.
I know. It's going to be a great one outside at the water and across the lakes and rivers. A beautiful weekend to come. Very warm for this time of year. At least the air temperatures are. We're looking live at Seabrook. Beautiful evening. And a lot of clouds down across the Oregon coast. But once you get north of the mouth of the Columbia, it's beautiful. Blue sky. The water temperatures, Puget Sound is measured at the Seattle Aquarium right now, 58 degrees. The Strait and the coast are in the, say, low to mid 50s, 52 to 56 degrees. I checked multiple gauges from the coast all the way from Westport right around through the Central Strait. Lakes are mainly in the 70s. Lake Washington's right at 70 degrees and just a little warmer Lake Sammamish. But I want to point out our glacier-fed lakes are significantly cooler. The water that's going into Lake Tapps right now is at 59 degrees. So it's being fed by still chilly water. Not as cold as earlier in the summer, but still. Make sure everybody has a life jacket. Last couple of weeks, we have that cool stretch. Over the next 2 weeks, we can expect most days being above average on temperatures. I'm looking at where we get to 90 degrees tomorrow in western Washington at 5.
Thank you, Morgan. The Pacific Northwest's largest state fair gates just opened up. The 20-day event brings some traditional fair. Oh, we love the piggies. And the pig races, traditional fair favorites, and some new features in this week's Around the Sound. Frankie Katafias tells us what we can expect from the state fair this season.
Fair food, epic rides, and massive entertainment events, oh my. The 124th Annual Washington State Fair is opening its gates, and there are a handful of exciting events happening now through September 22nd.
It's one of the neatest things that I've ever seen.
Washington State Fair spokesperson Stacy Van Horn is talking about a cattle run.
It doesn't happen too often throughout the country, but it's just a way to kick off all of rodeo weekend here.
Hundreds of cattle running down the streets of Puyallup, followed by a non-motorized parade and ending at the fairgrounds for some celebrations. This September 6th event is open to anyone and everyone, and that's not all. Puyallup's tallest structure and most iconic ride, Extreme Scream, is also celebrating 25 years at the fair.
It's been here since 1999. That's a fan favorite. And so what we're going to do throughout fair is we're going to do a lot of contests on social so people can enter to win a free ride on that. Some may not want that, but it's so much fun.
New $10 meal specials, 20 nights of big-name entertainment, and even some new exhibits at the Agriplex are also some new additions to the fair this year. Last year it was Piglet Palace, and that was quite a hit, so this year the fair is excited to add a cattle birthing exhibit.
For us, it's a continuation of a nice balance between still keeping agriculture alive and educating people, because our demographics so big, people come from everywhere, and we want to make sure there's something here for everyone.
With 20 days to explore everything the fair has to offer, don't forget to check out what's available before heading to the fairgrounds. We'll have a link to the fair events on our website, but for now, in Puyallup, I'm Frankie Katafias for KIRO 7 News.
Love the state fair and love this. A Colorado Springs family has been missing their best friend for 2 years now.
Yeah, their dog Bear had been with a pet sitter when he disappeared. Now he's reuniting with his family, and that's thanks to the help of a volunteer. So when Bear went missing, now you know why he's named Bear, the Ross family and friends spent weeks searching and posting about him, and soon after that the family decided to move to New York. Then just this past July, finally there were some bear sightings. For 2 weeks, volunteers placed food in the same time at the same place every day.
We then set up a time to put up what's called a Missy trap. So it's a giant trap where they walk in, they hit a light basically towards the back that triggers the door to close. He was pretty matted, very dirty, all that different stuff. He's definitely underweight. But health-wise, he's had no health problems.
Oh,
that's a smile.
Boy, right, look at him. That is where he's supposed to be. Bear's now set to make the cross-country trip to his new home in New York on September 1st, all paid by some community members. And his family in New York just cannot wait to welcome him with open arms. Oh.
crazy dog and cat story reunited. Labor Day weekend is upon us, and SeaTac is preparing for a weekend to remember. The challenges they're still facing after a suspected cyber attack last week, as they look to welcome nearly 190,000 passengers coming up this weekend.
Christmas came early here in Linwood. I am experiencing the light rail extension and also speaking to some of the first-time riders. That's all.
Take a trip filled with first-time experiences in Oregon's Mount Hood territory. Visit the world's only farmstead distillery and farm loops.